Okay, now people sometimes wonder, what is GATT? We've heard of NAFTA, you know, the North American Free Trade Agreement, but what is GATT? It stands for General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, and it was negotiated during a UN conference, a UN meeting that that concerned trade and employment. Okay, and this is just a complete disaster. And apparently, what happened? GATT lasted until 1993. This is what they're saying, at least. And it lasted until 1993, until it was replaced by the World Trade Organization in 1995. So people say pull out of GATT. I think we already did. They just were swallowed up by the World Trade Organization. So we have the WTO and NAFTA. And if there's anything left of GATT, we also need to pull away from that. But anyway, it goes on and gives you a bunch of junk on this web page here about this disgusting crap we should never have had in the first place. And it goes on further. And talks a bunch of BS, you know, about how they did this and they did that, certain dates and stuff like that, and that and then certain signings were done by countries at certain dates and stuff like that. This is a Wikipedia statement of some stuff which has happened in the past. It's like a write-up, apparently, of what some of the stuff that's happened. But I tell you, man, this, if you saw my other video on the World Trade Organization, we definitely, these things, they look at humans as just riffraff, trash property. Just another thing you can buy and sell. They don't give a damn about your life. They don't care if you have a shitty life, you lose your job, or lose your house, and you're on the street, or lucky enough to be, you know, shacking up with a relative or something. You know, they don't care. See, this thing called the World Trade Organization, think about that. I mean, the United States shouldn't be connected to this damn thing. So anyway, I wanted to point this out because people ask about these things. This thing called NAFTA, they've heard about GATT, they've heard about the World Trade Organization. This stuff needs, the United States needs to pull out of it and stay out of it. This has cost probably most of your jobs, our jobs. This, I think, was used as a means to degrade America with jobs and money, like the lessen how much money we get from our jobs. This is completely just set up, I think, so you can have a ruling group of people that look at us as trash or just something to be used like a desk. Think about it. Some people sometimes wonder, it's like, well, you know what? All these trashy ass rulers, whatever, are going to die someday. But the thing of it, and then they'll be dead, right? But the problem is they train their, just like an apprentice at for a person who is learning carpentry. You know, the work that deals with wood. these people have apprentices too, and they train their freaking scumbags, I guess, from Harvard and these shitty ass schools like that, and they train them to be the successors, to rule over the majority of the populations of this planet. And they're thinking you, and they're gonna screw with. They screw with you. They're gonna plan on screwing with your kids. They're gonna plan on screwing over your grandkids, and they're gonna plan on screwing over your great grandkids. They screwed with your parents. They screwed with your. These scumbags need to stay away from the United States. These organizations need to go. There should be no World Trade Organization. If the United States wants to trade with Canada, they sign a specific agreement between each country. And if one country doesn't like the trade agreement, they don't trade. It's very simple. This is just set up so the people can manipulate countries and screw over the people that aren't that just the average citizen. This is what NAFTA is for. This is what the World Trade Organization was for. When GATT existed, that's what that was for. So that the average guy, not knowing the full idea of what's going on, so the average guy gets screwed over. That's what these things are for. The average guy is to say, you know what, government, you get the hell out of these things. And if you're going to sign with Canada, it better be good for us, or you don't sign any trade agreement with Canada. We don't do trade with Canada. We don't do trade with Africa. We don't do trade with China, with Taiwan, with Mexico. We don't need to do trade with these countries because we got everything we need here. We can do everything that we need to do here. We want bananas. I'm sure we can grow bananas somewhere. I think we have Hawaii still, don't we? We need pineapple. I'm sure pineapple grows in Hawaii. We don't have to trade outside of this country unless we want to. And it's obviously hurting the Americans in general. So why in the hell are we doing it? It's because a small number of scum, slime, pieces of crap are manipulating you and have gotten positions in power, and they're screwing you over. And I'm just going to leave it at that because I don't want to get a visit. Have a good one. Pisses me off. Freaking trash.